So being in the moment. My name is Mary Frances, and I am one of Henry Ginoletti's medical Qigong students, and it's so great to see you all. Welcome to Sunday morning medical Qigong class. Today we are doing Rejuvenation series 1 through 5, and then the first part of Swimming Dragon, and then we're going to do our fall exercises. I still want to call them the fall festival mix from a candy that I used to get a while back. So we're going to do Rejuvenation series and then the fall exercises, the second set of the series. And just a quick reminder, this coming Wednesday, Henry is going to be having a class in the evening around 6 p.m., I think, on Zoom for our set 3 of the fall exercises. So that's pretty exciting. But first, we're going to do our warm-ups for the 3-line relaxation technique. And once again, for those of you who might be joining us later, who might not be familiar, the 3-line relaxation is actually kind of like 5 lines. We're going to go over the front of the body, we're going to go over the posterior of the body, and then the sides from the very top of the head down the sides and down the outside of the arms, which in Chinese medical model of the anatomical human, the outside tends to be the tricep area and the backs of the forearms. And then we'll gather the energy underneath the armpit area and then come down the medial aspect of the arms. And then from, once again, the armpit area down the sides of the torso, down the lateral aspects of the legs, as well as the medial aspects of the legs. Okay, I am going to stop with the babbling and the chatting, and we're going to go ahead and get started with our practice. So opening up about hip width, shoulder width apart, feet are parallel, settling into the space. If at any time you start to become lightheaded or need a little break, please go ahead and open your eyes and take a break. You can also do this exercise seated in a chair. Allowing the bottoms of the feet to melt into the earth. Softening of the knees. Relaxing of the low back. Relaxing the shoulders. Softening the jaw. Tip of the tongue is touching the roof of the mouth. Enabling that connection between the front of the body and the back of the body. And then allowing the very top of the head to reach up into the sky. Closing the eyes. And imagining that we're standing underneath a waterfall of energy. This waterfall of energy flowing and pouring down from the sky. Allowing this waterfall of energy to first flow down to the very top of the head, the apex of the head. Flowing forward through the scalp to the anterior hairline. Coming down through the forehead, the musculature of the forehead, the brow. Entering and circulating throughout the eyes. Coming into the cheekbones. Flowing down through the cheekbones and the musculature of the cheeks, down the bridge of the nose. Underneath the nose, connecting with the upper lips. Entering into the upper gums of the mouth, the upper teeth. Circulating down into the mouth. Coming down through the lower gums, the lower teeth, exiting through the lower lips. Coming down through into the chin. Gathering perhaps for a moment at the chin before then flowing underneath the jaw. Coming down into the throat. Relaxing and softening the musculature of the throat. Connecting with the clavicle. Coming down into the musculature of the upper chest. Flowing down from the musculature of the upper chest into the solar plexus. Entering into the abdomen. Flowing through the organs here, down into the middle abdomen, the lower abdomen. Gathering and pulling perhaps at the connection of the frontal aspect of the thighs, where that front hip connects to the upper aspect, the frontal aspect of the thighs, coming down through the quadriceps. Entering into the knees, circulating throughout the knee joint before then flowing down into the shin bones, the musculature of the frontal aspect of the lower legs. Gathering the very top of that junction between the feet and the lower leg. Frontal aspect of the ankle before then flowing down through the tops of the feet. The bones and musculature of the tops of the feet into the webs of the toes. And coming out through the toes and releasing back into the earth. Allowing this waterfall of energy to take with it anything we don't need or want. Softening any areas that might feel stuck. Leaving behind clear, pure energy that our bodies may use for nourishment. Bringing the mind's eye, the mind awareness back to the very top of the head. Allowing the waterfall of energy this time to flow backwards through the posterior hairline, meeting at the base of the skull, flowing down into the neck, the cervical spine, the musculature of the cervical spine, flowing into the tops of the shoulders, before then flowing down the musculature of the upper back, scapula, the thoracic spine, coming down into the low back, entering into the lumbar spine, the musculature here. Taking a moment to pull at the low back, gathering at the low back before then entering into the sacral area, as well as the glutes. Coming down, connecting with the backs of the thighs. Flowing down through the hamstrings. Entering into the knee joint once again. Circulating here before then exiting down through the musculature of the calves. Flowing down through the Achilles tendons, connecting with the heels. Circulating throughout the heels of the feet, and then flowing up underneath the feet, through the arches, down into the balls, the pads of the feet, into the webs of the toes, entering the toes, and then releasing back into the earth. Allowing this waterfall of energy take with it anything you don't need or want. Allowing this waterfall of energy to nourish any areas that may need it. Bringing the awareness to the very top of the head, flowing down now to the sides of the head, flowing into the ears, circulating throughout the ears before then flowing down into the jaw, entering into the structure, the joints of the jaw, flowing through the musculature here, softening, relaxing, before then flowing to underneath the jaw, gathering here for just a moment, before then flowing down through the sides of the neck, entering into the very tops of the shoulders, flowing through the musculature here, entering into the shoulders, the shoulder joint, flowing back out through the lateral aspect of the upper arms, the outside of the upper arms, that triceps area, connecting with the elbows, circulating throughout the elbow joint, and then flowing down through the outer aspect of the forearms, through the musculature and bones here, gathering within the bones of the wrists, circulating freely here before then working its way out through the backs of the hands, the bones of the hands, into the webs of the fingers, flowing through the fingers, out through the fingertips, releasing back into the earth. Allowing the arms to float just a little bit away from the torso. Gently guiding the energy to underneath the arms, that armpit area. Circulating within that shoulder joint. Before then flowing out through the inner aspect of the upper arm, that biceps area. Into the elbow, coming into the forearms, flowing down through the forearms into the inner wrists, entering into the palms of the hands, the musculature of the hands. Gathering here for a moment. Or then flowing out through the webs of the fingers and the fingertips, releasing back into the earth. Breathing in and out at your own pace. Allowing the breath and the chi to flow freely. One more time, allowing the chi, the energy to gather underneath the arms, before then flowing down the sides of the rib cage, down through the ribs and the intercostal spaces, entering into the waist, gathering into the hips, circulating throughout those hip joints. And then flowing down through the lateral and medial aspects, the outer and inner aspects of the upper thigh. Coming down into the knee joints. And then flowing down the sides of the lower legs. Entering into the ankle, circulating throughout the ankle joint. Gathering here for just a moment before then flowing down through the sides of the feet. Wrapping underneath the feet. And then releasing back into the earth. Taking a few moments to just breathe. Allowing this waterfall of energy to take with it anything you don't need or want, softening any areas that might feel stuck. Leaving behind clear, pure energy that your body can use. And allowing this connection that it offers between the sky, the heavens, and the earth beneath us. Allowing us this connection within the space. When you're ready, gently opening the eyes, letting the arms come back down to the sides, and closing, bring that left foot back to the right. Now we're going to start working on the Rejuvenation series, 1 through 5. If you need a little extra time to transition, please feel free to take it. So, first exercise in the Rejuvenation series, the wave. Inhaling. Exhaling. In. And out. Inhaling. And exhaling. I'm going to do about 3 of each. Inhaling. Exhaling. In. And out. Inhaling. Exhaling. Closing. I'm going to do the modified version, inhaling up to the breastbone. Exhaling. In. And out. Inhaling. Exhaling. In. And out. Shaking exercise. And slowing down, allowing yourself to come back to the center. Opening the eyes and closing. I'm doing the classical version. Infinity. Inhaling and exhaling. In and out. And closing. Scoop the moon, which is natural breathing. Closing. Swimming in chi, making sure that there's nothing surrounding you that could get into your way. Part 1. Inhaling and exhaling. Part 2. Inhaling, exhaling, in and out. Inhaling, exhaling, in and out. Part 3. I'm doing the modified version first. Inhaling and exhaling. The traditional version. Switching sides. Closing. And the first part of swimming dragon. Inhaling and exhaling, in and out. And closing. Right, keeping the feet together, bringing the palms together, transferring some of that chi that we've been working on cultivating the past half hour to the palms, bringing the palms to the lower dantian, closing the eyes. Using the mind's eye, the mind's intent. Inhaling through the nose, guiding the breath and the chi to the lower dantian, allowing it to fill up with energy. Exhaling, allowing that energy to settle and store so that you may use it throughout the rest of your day. Inhaling, guiding the breath and the chi to the lower dantian, allowing it to fill up. Exhaling, allowing the energy to settle and store. Inhaling and exhaling at your own pace. Guiding the energy into the lower dantian, allowing it to fill up. And then allowing it to settle and store so that you may use it throughout the rest of your day. Thank you, wonderful, wonderful Qigong family. If you can stick around and work on the fall exercises with us, please do so. They're fabulous. I'm going to switch up the set. I call it the set. This is a wonderful time to sip. Oh, that's a crooked set. Let's try and make it a little more. I have two little cushions that I use, and one of them has been more well loved than the other, and therefore it creates a more dynamic crooked set. Okay, well that'll work. That'll work. Okay. Readjusting. I'm taking one more sip. Sitting in a cross-legged manner, whichever works best for you, whichever works best for your joints. You can sit cross-legged, half lotus, full lotus, your choice. Bringing the hands into baby fists for preparation, the backs of the hands to the thighs. Closing the eyes. Elongating the spine while still relaxing the musculature. Tip of the tongue is touching the roof of the mouth. Breathing in and out at your own pace at least 3 times. When you're ready, gently opening the eyes, gathering the palms in front of the breastbone. Inhaling, we're activating the claws, activating the musculature of the upper body. And then exhaling, we're turning towards the left. Inhaling, raising the shoulders and looking up. Staying in this position while we exhale. In, out. Inhaling. And then exhaling as we come back to the center. And back to our baby fists. Regrouping. Inhaling. Exhaling. In. And out. Inhaling. Exhaling. In. And out. Coming back to the center. 2 more times on each side, going at your own pace. And you've done your 3 cycles, 2 more times on each side after we did the one together. We're going to be doing part 2, and that's the tapping of the back and kidney area. I use the 4 fingers and the thumb, Traditionally, men do the tapping 36 times and women do the tapping 24 times. For the closing of the fall series, or for the seasonal exercises, we're going to go through the same process that we do every time. So we're going to press the teeth together 36 times if you're male, 24 times if you're female. We're going to swirl the tongue in the mouth 9 times clockwise, 9 times counterclockwise. We're going to swish any saliva gathered, so don't swallow before this step. Swishing the saliva 36 times for everyone, and then swallowing the saliva in thirds, allowing each third to come into the lower dantian and rest before then swallowing the next third. Our hands are placed one on top of the other. Traditionally, men place their left hand on top, right hand on the bottom. Women, it's right hand on top, left hand on the bottom. I'm not going to mirror you here. The thumbs are connected. And here we go. Once you finish swallowing the thirds, go ahead and close the eye. Inhaling and exhaling at your own pace. Allowing the mind to relax into the breath. Allowing the breath to relax the body. And allowing the chi to gather within the lower dantian, settle and store, so that you may use it throughout the rest of your day. Thank you all so very much.